What is up, guys? Justin here with a pickups video, and in this video I've got 3 separate finds to show you guys. One of them was like a half Craigslist, half garage sale ordeal, and then Ryan and I also found some stuff at Goodwill, and I also did a trade with a friend on our Facebook page. So I'll start out by explaining like the half Craigslist, half garage sale deal. Pretty much what happened was a couple weeks ago I was looking on Craigslist for garage sales for the upcoming weekend, and I came across a garage sale ad that didn't mention any video games of any kind, but it had some contact info in the ad. So I sent them an email and asked if they were going to be selling any video games. And I got a response that said they had a Sega Genesis system that they were going to be selling for $40 and that they were firm on the price. So I was like, I kind of just wrote that off. I wasn't going to go out of my way for a $40 Genesis system. But sure enough, a couple days later, I was on Craigslist and I saw a for sale ad come up for a Sega Genesis for $40. And I was like, this must be the same system from this garage sale. Either it didn't sell or they didn't put it out or whatever. So this time, though, I had a little bit more of a description and it said that it was complete in the box. So I was like, okay, we might be talking here. So I sent them another email and asked if I could get a picture of it. And the picture they sent me back was of something that I had never seen before. I was definitely interested in it, and I offered him $30. Now, he said he had someone that was willing to pay $35 for it. I don't know if that was true or if that was just his way of bargaining with me, but regardless, I said, okay, if you can hold it for me till tomorrow, I'll give you the $40. And so the next day I went and picked it up for $40, and this is what it was. It's a boxed Model 2 Genesis system, but it is the Lion King bundle, which I never even knew this existed. It's got some cool jungle artwork going on in the box here, and then obviously came packed in with the Lion King game here. And it's in really nice shape for the most part. There is unfortunately some damage to this side of the box here up in this corner. Looks like a dog or some kind of ravage animal got to this at some point. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but the rest of the box is actually in really, really nice shape. And I'll show the back of it real quick here. And I'll probably do like a close-up on the insides of the box rather than take it out on camera here, just so you guys can see what's in here. It looks like it came with pretty much everything that was originally in here, with the exception maybe of like the system manual. I don't think that was in here, but it came with a couple posters, and the Lion King cartridge was in there along with the manual, and the system, the controller, the hookups and whatnot. And everything in the box was absolutely immaculate. I've never seen a Model 2 Genesis system look this good before. You guys know how they are. I mean, they're just because they're like black colored systems, so it's really easy to scratch and scuff them up. It's really noticeable. But this one was like immaculate, so I was very happy with that. And again, for $40, I'm definitely going to be hanging on to this. I do already have a boxed Model 2 Genesis, but it's just like one of the regular ones, or it probably came with Sonic 2 or whatever. But to get this, something I've never seen before, very, very cool. Okay, moving on to some Goodwill finds, and I believe it was a Thursday. Ryan and I were going grocery shopping, and the grocery store that we go to is right next to our local Goodwill. We really had no intention of going to Goodwill though, because I think I was there the day before. I didn't find anything, and we were in a little bit of a hurry, so we were just going to skip it. But I got to the intersection there, and just out of pure habit, I turned into the Goodwill parking lot instead of the grocery store parking lot. Just because 9 times out of 10, when I'm at that intersection, I'm going to Goodwill. So it was kind of just like a fluke thing, but we're like, all right, we're already in the parking lot, we might as well just stop in. So we went into Goodwill, walked through the store, didn't see anything until our way out. We noticed right up front, behind their glass case up on a shelf, they had some PlayStation oddities, like some import stuff that was really intriguing. So I ended up picking up one thing there, and I'm not even going to really be able to explain anything about it without just going ahead and showing it, because I'm still not 100% sure what this is, but it is the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Platinum Limited Edition. It's Japanese import. It says NTSC-J right on the top there. But this is a really cool little set. I mean, the back is obviously all in Japanese, but it's got this transparent slipcover over the whole box here, which was kind of cool. And then there's a box again, and then inside the box was, of course, the game here, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which was complete and in really nice shape. Cool full color manual there. And then also in there was this black box of goodies. And I looked at this real quick when we were in the store to see everything that was in here, but I haven't opened it since. So let's see what we got here. We got a plastic Kingdom Hearts figure here. I'm not sure what this figure is or who this is in the game. I have played the games before, but it's been a long time. It looks like it's like in pieces here. It looks like it might have to be put together somehow. Anyway, so I don't really want to open that if I don't have to. I'll probably just leave that sealed, but pretty cool to get that. There was some pins in here as well. Some Kingdom Hearts 3-pin set there. And now, I thought this was a soundtrack at first, but what it looks like it actually is it's in like a CD type case, but it looks like it's a postcard set, like a Japanese postcard set. I've never seen a Japanese postcard before, but it definitely says it says postcard right on it, so that's obviously got to be what it is. And there, I can't tell how many are in there. It looks like there's at least 10 of them in there, though. It's sealed in this plastic, so I don't really want to open it, but that's kind of a cool idea for a limited edition. And then, let's see, we also got this letter here, which it is actually already open, so I'm going to go ahead and see what's inside of here. Looks like we got some more postcards here. These are cool full-color postcards. Again, there's the back of all of them look like. And then also in there was this newspaper strip. I don't know if... I mean, I'm assuming this was supposed to come in there. I can't imagine where else this would have came from, but I want to be careful with that. That's pretty cool. Again, it's all in Japanese. I have no idea what it says, but... And then finally, in the bottom here, it looks like we have a Kingdom Hearts Final Mix sticker set. So, pretty bulky limited edition there. And I'm trying to remember how much I paid for this. Okay, so it was priced at $19.99 there. So obviously they had at least looked it up to some degree or had some idea what it was worth. I don't know exactly what this is worth. It's kind of one of those things that's hard to put a price on, at least here, because it is an import. It's kind of worth, you know, what a collector is willing to pay for it. I have a feeling, though, $20 for it was a pretty good deal. Now, they also did have the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix there, which I believe was the same price, $19.99. That one, though, I don't know if it didn't have like a whole set like this with it. I think it might have just had a slipcover, which was missing. It was just the game in the case. So I decided to pass on that one. It would have been really cool to get them both, obviously, but if it was missing pieces and stuff, I wasn't going to pay $20 for it. They also had there, it was the PS3, the Metal Gear Solid 4. Was it Guns of Patriots or something like that? It was that game. I think it was a GameStop limited edition they had there for the PS3. I think it was $20, which I know it's a little bit harder to find. I know that set is becoming harder to find, but it was a little bit beat up. I was kind of kicking myself at first for not picking it up, but thinking back on it, I'm kind of glad I didn't. Turns out I think you can get them online still in like new, if not new condition, for like $30. So I'm kind of glad I passed that up. And they also had a DSi system there in their glass case. I think it was $50. It had a few games with it. They were all like little kids games though, so we passed on that. But so as we were up at the cash register paying for this, out of the back of the store walks an employee with a huge cart of media stuff. Like tons of DVDs, CDs, and from where we were standing we could see a bunch of green cases, which were most definitely Xbox games. So after we got done paying for that, we kind of just followed this employee to the back of the store where they put out all the media stuff. And she could tell we were interested in a lot of it, and she was cool about it. She was like, feel free to pull whatever you want aside and I won't put it out on the shelf. So we got first dibs at all these games and ended up with a pretty sweet stack here. And all these were $3.99. That's kind of like their default price for all their games. I guess they don't look up specifically. So I'll start out with a couple Xbox games, actually a couple 360 games here. The first one we got was Eternal Sonata. And this is actually the very first game that I purchased for my 360 when I got my system. Just because Ryan had this game and I think we had started playing it at his place. Really, really cool RPG here, Bandai Namco. And I definitely recommend this to anyone looking for a 360 RPG that isn't necessarily like an 80-hour like epic game. This is a very linear RPG for the most part. The battle system is pretty simple and easy to figure out. It's kind of like a cross between turn-based and action. But I definitely recommend this game to anyone looking for a quicker 360 RPG anyway. So this one was complete and in pretty nice shape. Couldn't pass it up for $3.99. And the next one we got here is actually Ryan. He's the one who picked this one out. Fallout 3, which he mentioned that he does already have, but his, I think, is missing the manual. So he wanted to pick up a complete copy. So I'm sure he'll just be switching his copy out for this one. And then for the original Xbox, I think the only original Xbox game we got was Star Wars Battlefront. It is the Platinum Hits, and it's just the first one. It's not Battlefront 2, but I definitely wanted to pick this one up. This one's been climbing up in price recently as well, so $3.99 for this one was actually a really good deal. And then this one here is probably the best one that we got. I couldn't believe to see this there. It's for the PS3. It's the only PS3 game they had, I guess aside from the Metal Gear Solid they had up front. But this is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds Special Edition for the PS3. So it comes in this cardboard slipcover here, which it's a little bit beat up on the corners and stuff, but it's not like ripped or torn or anything like that. And then inside was, it had this, well, it looks like a comic book style, either manual or, it looks like it's actually an art book. It's really crispy too. I don't even want to open this all the way, but full color art book in the style of a comic book anyway. And then the game actually came in this steelbook case here, which has some really, really nice artwork on it. And it came complete here. I believe it's complete. I don't know what was supposed to come in here, but it's got a manual and a disc, so I'm going to say it's complete. And for $3.99, I believe that was a really solid deal on that. I've never seen this before. I don't know how hard to find it is, but I think it's a pretty expensive set to get, so can't go wrong with that for $3.99. And then the final two games here, this first one here is a GameCube game. This was the only GameCube game that I saw there. Actually, they did have a Naruto import game up front as well. It didn't have, unfortunately, it was an import, so it was one of the ones that came in like the small cases with the slipcover. It didn't have the slipcover or anything though. I think it was missing the manual too. It's just the disc, so we passed on it. But this was the only other GameCube game they had there. Ikaruga, which I did not have for my collection. I've heard really good things about this game, and I'm very happy to get it from my collection, complete and in nice shape. I'm not even sure what kind of game this is, to be honest. It looks like a shooter on the back of it there, so I'll have to check that one out, but very cool to get that one for the collection. And then the final game we got on that day was another one that Ryan was eyeing up. It is a PlayStation 2 game, Inuyasha Feudal Combat. I probably butchered that name, but yeah, no, this is a Bandai game here. It was complete and in nice shape. It looks like it is a tournament fighter style game on the back there. I believe it's like a $10 or $15 game though, so for $3.99, Ryan was definitely interested in that one. So I could not believe how much stuff we were walking out of Goodwill with on that particular day. You know, we got the Kingdom Hearts along with this whole stack of games here. And it was kind of just like a fluke because, you know, had we not spent so much time looking at, you know, the import stuff up front, even that DSi that was in the case or whatever, we probably would have been in the parking lot or like pulling out of the parking lot just as the employee was walking out of the back with this kind of stuff. Seriously, like another 30 seconds quicker, we would have missed all of this extra stuff. So that was a very, very awesome trip to the Goodwill. And finally, I wanted to show a trade that I worked out with our buddy Nick on Facebook. I promised I might show this stuff in a video. I do apologize for taking so long to do it. I think we probably worked out this trade over a month ago now, but I did have everything set aside to show in a video, so finally getting around to it. I sent him a Super Nintendo console only and a couple Game Boy Advance games. I think it was like a Donkey Kong and Mario Party, and in return he sent me some NES games. So the first one we got here is David Crane's A Boy and His Blob. And next up, probably the winner of the bunch, was a Dragon Warrior 2 cartridge in really nice shape. Next up is Crystalis, or Chrysalis. I don't know, I've never really been sure how to pronounce this. I think that I just kind of give both pronunciations every time I pick this game up. And then finally here, one that I'm happy to add to my collection. I did not have this one yet. Wario's Woods, which I believe, or at least I've heard, was the last NES game that was released. At least the last official game. I mean, obviously people are still making NES games now, but I think this was the last official game released for the NES, which kind of makes me wonder why it's not a little more expensive. I think it's like a $10 or $15 cartridge, but I've really never seen it before, and like I said, this is the first time I've ever owned it, so it seems to me like it should go for a little bit more than it does. Maybe I've just gotten unlucky and haven't come across it. Maybe it's not that hard to find, I don't know, but regardless, I was very happy to get that one for the collection. And I want to thank Nick one more time for the awesome trade. I think he's starting to do YouTube videos, at least he had mentioned something about it, so if I have a link for his channel or anything, I'll post it in here somewhere, and I'll probably throw it down in the description as well. So once again, thank you, Nick, for the trade. I want to thank everybody for sticking around and checking out the whole video, And until next time, take care.